The Arctic is an unknown place, but there are many resources that lie inside of this frozen kingdom. An example of this is oil. Did you know that the Arctic holds up to 30% of the world's unfound oil and up to 15% of the world's unfound gas? The Arctic is also home to other resources like oil, iron, nickel, lead, diamond, gas, and methane ice. These are the main resources that you can find in the Arctic, but there are plenty more. You might be wondering how and when did these resources get here? How coal got to the Arctic is when organic material falls into a body of water, this doesn't allow oxygen to reach it, which means that it can't rot like other plants. So instead, it gets buried. Over a long period of time, with more and more pressure and heat put onto it, it starts to change materials. This would make it become coal, which is a fossil fuel. This is mainly the same process with oil and gas, except with oil and gas something different might fall, like a dinosaur. Another difference between oil and gas is oil and gas, you would have to extract it out, and coal, you would have to mine it out. But diamonds are another story. Diamonds are made from carbon that crystallized under conditions of extreme temperature and pressure at the Earth's mantle. They are carried to the Earth's surface with rising magma by strong volcanic activity. In other words, they are carried to the surface by volcanic eruptions. And that is how diamonds are made. But when are they made? I would say that coal would be formed in the Carniferous period, because in this period it had a warm climate and lots of plants growing, as you can see in the photo, and it was swampy. So when a tree fall, it would most likely fall into a body of water. Also, this period was about 359 million years ago to 299 million years ago. And that is around the timeline that it takes to make coal. I would say that the Cretaceous period was when oil and gas was made because of the mass extinction of the dinosaurs. I would say that in the Precambrian period, diamonds came to the Earth's surface because in this period it had lots of volcanic activity, and that is what causes diamonds to come to the Earth's surface. And it was around 4.5 billion years ago, and that is around the time it takes to form a diamond. You might be wondering, where are the diamonds in the Arctic today? Well, where you see the blue dots is where nickel is found. As you see, it's mostly found in Russia, North America, and Norway. Where the green is where lead is found. It is found mostly in Russia and a little bit in Greenland and Canada. The white is where the diamond is found, and as you see, it is only found in Canada. The yellow or goldy color is where the gold is found. It is mainly found in Russia, North America, and Norway. Where the red is where the iron is found. As you see, this is found in Russia, North America, and Norway. And the beigey color that's in Russia, Norway, and North America, those are where precious minerals are found. Because of the resources in the Arctic, many countries want to claim the Arctic. These countries are Canada, Norway, Russia, Denmark, Greenland, and the United States. But there is a treaty that can solve this. It's called the United Nations Confederation of the Law of the Sea. This is how the treaty works. Every country controls the resources under its continental waters up to 200 miles from its shore. But under the treaty, the country's territory can be expanded if they can prove that the ridges ridges along narrow, edges of land, and rock formation under the water can be connected to their continental shelf. More than just countries are interested in claiming land in the Arctic. Also, some big industries are also looking to be claiming land in the Arctic. An example of this is Shell. The United States has given Shell the okay to go extract oil and gas from the Arctic. You might be wondering why these global industries are interested into the Arctic's resources. It's simple, supply and demand. The Arctic holds up to 30% of the world's unfound oil and up to 15% of the world's unfound gas. This will give them a lot of money. There are some benefits of extracting or mining out these resources. It'll help the economy grow and it'll open up more jobs for Canadians. But there are costs for extracting these resources, like it will affect the wildlife living there. An example of this is they're building big factories in some of their polar bears' retreating spots. Something else is the North Pole is warming up 2 times faster than the rest of the planet, and 6% of the ice melts over the summer, and very little comes back. As you see in this photo, in September 1984, there was a lot of ice in the Arctic. But in September 2012, over 50% of that ice is gone. But why should Canadians even care about the Arctic? I would say that we should care because I would say that the Arctic rightfully belongs to us. And I wouldn't want Russia coming into our backyard and then wrecking the environment there, and there's people living in those parts that are Canadian.